So in case you don't know, since end of May 2023, right, you are now able to take a position in some of the top Thailand stocks that are listed in the Thailand Stock Exchange. But you can now do it just like any other normal Singapore stock. I mean, you can buy what we call the Singapore SDR, right? And how do we actually do it? Hey guys, Joey here, top tier trader in Philips Securities. And in this video, I'll be showing you 3 Thailand stocks whereby you could actually take a position on just like any other normal Singapore stock. So look at my screen right here. There are 3 Thailand stocks. The first one will be AOT, Airport of Thailand. It pretty much runs and manages the airports in Thailand. It runs the baggage counter, the airline counter, security, duty-free stores, restaurants and all that. Right, so that's the first one. And the second Thailand stock I'll share with you would be this company called PTT Exploration and Production. Right, this Thailand stock, the code is PTTEP. Right, for the first one right over here, the code is AOT, Airport of Thailand. So PTTEP is in the business of exploration and production. It's one of the leading companies in the exploration and production space in Thailand as well. All right, and the third company that you could potentially take a position on, all right, in the Thailand Stock Exchange would be this company called CPALL. So this company pretty much manages the 7-Eleven convenience store chain in Thailand. So does these 3 stocks, and how do you actually take a position in these 3 Thailand stocks without actually buying the stock in Thailand itself, in the Thailand Stock Exchange? How do you do it? Well, you can take a position in what we call the Thai underlying SDR. SDR stands for Singapore Depository Receipts, right? So let me just share with you this SDR for each of the underlying stocks. So you can see for AOT, all right, AOT, there is this Singapore stock that is called Airport of Thailand. You can see TH stands for Thailand, so TH space TH SDR. So TH SDR stands for Thailand SDR. So every time you see an SDR, there will be a TH based SDR at the back. So this is pretty much the Singapore listed, right, Thai underlying SDR that is have the code TATD that tracks the one that is listed in Thailand, tracks the Airport of Thailand right over here. So you can see that the price is currently about $250, all right, and for the one that's listed in Thailand, it's about $68.50. All right, so in this video, very simple guys, I'll just go through the charts of each of the Thailand underlying stocks before I'll share with you how you can actually take a position in this Singapore SDR itself. So let me just go on, take a look at the chart of AOT, right, AOT before we go on to PTTEP, all right, and then we go on to CPO, and then we'll come back and show you how you can actually position yourselves in this Singapore SDR, Singapore Depository Receipts. So the first stock is Airport of Thailand, one of the top blue chips that's listed in the Stock Exchange of Thailand, all right, and it's one of the heaviest weightage as well because Thailand is pretty much focused on tourism, right? So let's take a look at this stock right here, and you can see that we are trading at about 68.50 Thai baht, and over the past like 5 to 6 months we have found a really good support around this 68 Thai baht level. You can see right over here we rebounded, even somewhere in like March rebounded, we neared it a couple of times, and over the past 1 week, same thing, we are nearing this very strong support at $68, whereby there's some bargain hunting coming back, right? So 68 is one of those key levels to watch, and you can see that this 68 also coincides with a very key level last year as well. That was where we saw selling, so that was pretty much the resistance level, and we broke up somewhere May last year. All right, May last year, that was where the uptrend actually happened, started to push up all the way to 76. So the potential rebound target in the short term could be all the way up from 68 to that 76 level. So what could you potentially do if you want to get in on this stock? Well, you could actually trade what we call the Thai underlying SDR. So this Thai underlying SDR will be called TATD, as I'll show you guys later. But what price do you want to time your entry to get in on this Thai underlying SDR, the Singapore Depository Receipt? So very simple. What you could do is that, you could just do a quick calculation. For example, like, this support right here is about that 68 Thai baht. So 68 convert to Singapore dollars, you times 0.037, which would be the current exchange rate about now. That would be about 2.51. So if the Singapore underlying SDR were to hit to about 251, maybe 250 like that, that is where we are nearing the support for the underlying SDR, the stock that is TATD. I'll show you in a bit, right? And if it does rebound all the way to maybe that $76. That's where some selling can come back again for the underlying stock. So if you convert $76 back to, I'm sorry, 76 Thai baht back to Singapore dollars, you 76 times 0.037, that would be about $2.81. It will be about 280 for the Singapore stocks. If it hits to Singapore dollars 280, from 250 all the way to 280, that's like about a 30 cents range upside. That is where you could potentially take some money off the table as well, right? So let's see if it's time to buy this stock, or when could you potentially time your entry to get in. So you can see right now that the trend is starting to point down a little bit, all right, even though we are back to this support at 68 Thai baht, and we saw a couple of buying pressure coming back, but the trend is pretty much turning a little bit down. So what you could do is that you could wait for the short-term trend to start turning up. So the short-term trend could be what we call the 20 days moving average. So this 20 days moving average represents the short-term trend, and you can see right now that this green line 20 days moving average, it is actually still pointing down. So if it starts to flatten out or maybe even point up, that could be a sign of a short-term trend reversal, and that is where you could potentially time your rebound, right, to get in, to catch it all the way back to 72 to 76. So let me show you this stock gain. So Airport of Thailand right over here, 68.50, and this is the Thai underlying SDR, right? So if it does hit to around that 250 level, that's where you could time your entry to get in, and maybe get out to around that $2.80 level. Okay, let's take a look at the second Thailand stock, the underlying that is called PTT Exploration and Production. The code is PTTEP. All right, so you can see that this Thailand stock is trading at about 169 Thai baht. Very good stock. I would say that we have found a bottom somewhere at the beginning of the year, somewhere in March. You can see we formed what we call a higher low in July. We formed another low somewhere in September. So you can see that the lows are getting higher. That is a sign of a good uptrend just starting to take shape. Of course, in the short term, we may see some selling here and there, but in the longer term, there are definitely some signs of the longer term trend starting to take shape. And you can see that from the moving averages, we can look at this 100 days moving average and the 200 days moving average. You can see that this red line is the 100 days moving average, and it is about to cross above the 200 days moving average. And I would say that as long as we stay above this 160, so 160 would be the support right now. You can see that we actually headed there last week and rebounded from it. So if we stay above that 160 Thai baht, I would say that the upside or the uptrend remains intact, and we could potentially make our way slowly, all right, along the way, all the way up to 180 Thai baht. So that is for PTTEP, one of the stronger stocks in the E&P exploration and production space in Thailand itself, right? So from 160 all the way to 180, that is about more than 11% upside. So how could you actually trade this stock? By buying like a normal Singapore stock that's listed on the SGX. Well, you could trade what we call the Thai underlying SDR, and that would be the code TPED. I'll show you the stock in a bit. So TPED is the Thai underlying SDR. So very simple, how you can do it is just to take like the potential entry levels, like for example 160 Thai baht, convert it to Singapore dollars. So 160 times 0.037 conversion rate, that would be about $5.90. So if the Singapore stock would hit to around at 590, 595, that would mean this underlying stock would hit to around that support level as well. So about $5.90, $5.90, sorry. And in terms of the resistance level, in terms of the short-term target, it will be around that 180 Thai baht. So 180 convert to Singapore dollars will be about $6.65, right? So that would be where some selling can actually come back again, right? So let's take a look at the stock again. So this is PTT Exploration and Production right over here, the underlying, and of course we have the PTTEP Thai space SDR. So every time you want to buy the SDR, make sure you click on the one that is a Thai TH space SDR. That is pretty much the stock that is listed on the SGX, Singapore Exchange of Thailand. And on the left, you can see, right, this is the exchange. So you see this is SGX, this is SET. SET stands for Stock Exchange of Thailand. Same thing here would be SGX, that would be Airport of Thailand SDR as well, right? So you can see it's about $6.40 right now. So like I mentioned, the support is about 590. So if this were to dip to around at 590, 595, that would be back to the support in terms of the 160 Thai baht. And if we do hit towards that $6.65, right? $6.65, that is pretty much the resistance level whereby some selling can come back again. So let's take a look at the third Thailand stock. That would be CPALL, the company that operates the 7-Eleven store chain in Thailand itself, right? So this is CPALL at about 59.50. So let's take a look at the chart of the underlying stock that is listed on the Thailand exchange, right? That would be right over here. You can see it right over here, about 59.50. And let's see where we are right now. So I would say that over the past like more than a year, right, we have found some really good support somewhere around that $58 to $60. Look at this right here. We have rebounded a couple of times from $58, near $60 as well. Look at this. We hit it there somewhere in August, rebounded as well all the way to 66. And over the past like 1 month, we are seeing weakness as well as we sold off from 66 all the way to near that 58 Thai baht level. All right, so that would be, I would say, a really good support whereby some bargain hunting can come back again, right? From 58 all the way up to that 70 Thai baht dollars. That could be the range or the potential rebound can actually happen from 58 all the way to 70. So if you want to trade this stock, if you want to try to get in on dips to catch the rebound, you could get in near the support level as well. So what would be the support level in terms of the Thai underlying SDR, the one that is listed on the Singapore exchange, whereby you could actually take a position in that without taking a position in this underlying stock listed on Thailand itself. All right, so very simple. You can see that 58 Thai baht. What you want to do is just to convert 58 Thai baht to Singapore dollars, and that would be about $2.15 to $2.10, $2.15. So that would be the support for the Singapore listed Thai SDR, and target would be about 70 Thai baht. So 70 times 0.037 current conversion rate, that would be about $2.60, right, in terms of taking a position in the SDR. So let's take a look at the SDR again right here. So you can see that it is about $2.25, 22 cents right now. So if it does dip to 215, 210, that could be a support level in terms of looking at the underlying. And same thing, the resistance or target would be about $2.60. So now it's about 220 plus. So if it hits to 260 for the SDR right over here, that is where you could also lock in some profits as well. Alright guys, so these are pretty much the 3 Thailand stocks that is listed in the Thailand Stock Exchange, and now you can actually take a position on them without buying the one that's listed on the Thailand Exchange. You can actually buy what we call the Thailand SDR. So just a quick recap would be Airport of Thailand TH SDR, the other one would be PTTEP Thai SDR, and finally that one that operates the 7-Eleven store chain would be CPALL TH SDR. So these 3 SDR, you can actually take a position in the SGX like a normal Singapore stock, same like your DBS, same like your all the other Singapore stocks. You could actually take a position in these 3 stocks, right? So I hope this video is useful. So this video is pretty much to share with you some of the key levels, support levels, but if you want to find out a little bit more in terms of the entire strategy, I call it the One Good Trend Strategy, 1GT, then you can attend one of those free webinars that we're still running, whereby you could learn about how we actually look at the trend of a particular stock, where do you actually want to time your entry to get in, where do you want to get out, how we have a system to help us to get in and get out and guide us as well, right? So Joey here, thank you so much for watching. I'll place the link below, attend one of those free webinars to learn more, and I look forward to see you in a live web class. Take care.